All right. See if we are actually live or not. Let's give it a moment here. Lately, it's been doing real starts for me. It didn't do that for 30 of these in a row. Then all of a sudden, it started giving me real starts where when the timer starts, it actually does go live. We're going to find out in just a second if it actually did that. Right? I'll know as soon as I see the first person come in, and there we go. We are definitely live. All right, guys. Hey, everybody. It's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down and do live for you guys and gals. Let me give you guys a forearm shot before we get started. Got them veins on point. Right? Real veins. That's not fake. Real deal. All right, let's talk a little bit about trauma. And this is something I'm going to bring this point home a lot when it comes to people who hate on me, people who attack me. There is a definite trend in their personality traits and their obsessions, and that is they're all obsessed with specific types of childhood trauma. And that is one reason people have asked me, why have people fixated on you? I think that's a big factor because I am one of the people out there who has discussed in detail the fact that I'm a survivor of that sort of stuff. It's a matter of public record at this point, me pressing charges in as an adult. And I've always told people I used lifting as a tool to help me become strong enough to overcome my trauma, to be strong enough to press charges and all of those things later as an adult. And I'm an enormous advocate for that, for people using lifting as part of your therapy for any form of PTSD, right? I don't care what form of PTSD it is, but definitely if you're some sort of abuse survivor, lifting is beautiful. It is an amazing therapeutic tool because not only does it help you channel anger, it helps you channel aggression and things that you can get out of your system that we get as a result of those things, but it lets us channel them in a way that is constructive and helpful to us instead of destructive to ourselves and destructive to others around us, right? It gives us a positive way to channel that, okay? There's a positive way to channel that. And then on top of that, usually people who have suffered severe trauma, any form of abuse, we have self-esteem issues as a result, okay? We have low self-value, low self-worth. What better way to improve that than particularly if you feel weak and helpless? What a more valuable way to overcome that than to get strong under a barbell, to spend day after day, week after week, investing in yourself for a self-improvement in a way that is quantifiable. You can see the gains on the bar. You can see the gains in the gym. You can see the muscle. You can see the strength grow. And you are investing that hard work into yourself, right? That is a powerful self-programming tool to empower the individual. Let me state that again. That is a powerful tool to empower the individual. And that is why that's something I've been outspoken about for over a decade in helping other abuse survivors. And that is one reason certain people come at me so hard who are obsessed with those topics, because I'm empowering abuse survivors. And if they're an abuser, or they want to be, or they're obsessed with it, the last thing they want is some big jack dude telling people you can overcome your abuse, you can get strong. And when you get strong, you can do like I did, and you can go tell on those people. You can go talk to the police about it. You can talk to a judge about it. And then those people are fucked. That is the last thing an abuser wants to see, a guy like me getting up telling you. Shut him up. Silence him through any means necessary. My God, that guy's going to get us put in prison. Shut him up. What if 1,000 abuse survivors listen to that and do it? Oh my God, you talk about panic. That is panic for those people. That is the scariest shit they ever heard. Again, people want to talk about going after abusers. That's how you go after abusers. You empower the victim. You empower the victim. Turn them into a survivor. When they become a survivor and they're strong physically and emotionally, and they can go sit down and talk to the police, and then they did this and this and this and this, and then he did this, and then he did this to me. Ooh. That's some scary shit for those people to hear somebody telling their victims they can do that. Oh, they want to shut that up. Make 1 billion channels. Go after him. Shut him down. That's how you deal with that problem. Turn the victims into survivors. And that applies to all you out there. I don't care what trauma you have gone through. I don't care what trauma you've gone through. Getting under a heavy-ass barbell and getting yourself strong. I chatted with some guys who were doing the same thing for PTSD survivors. Let's call them survivors. Veterans who were survivors of their own trauma. Okay? Using that to part of their therapy. I had a guy who was running a group that was doing that at the Texas State Meet a few years ago. Right? They were using powerlifting. And then they said, but here's what we figured out. We started working with therapists. And that's why when I chatted with him about my story, chatted with this guy about my story, he said, we were talking to therapists, and then we realized the same thing applies to people with PTSD from sexual abuse. It helped them the same way. And there's a growing movement for that. So that's what I would tell you out there. Look, if you are a survivor of any form of trauma, get under a barbell. And I'm not saying it's a replacement for therapy. It's an adjunct to your therapy. It's an addition to it. It's a synergy with it. Right? Any form of PTSD, I don't care whether it's the horrors and trauma of war, whether it's the horrors and trauma of abuse. Get your ass under a barbell. Go talk to a therapist and get under a barbell. All right, let's get over to some of your comments and questions. Now that I'm fired up. So every time you see someone come in here talking trash and you see all the little comments about dildos and my Uncle Mike, know what you're dealing with. I just told you who they are. They're telling you who they are. Now, let's get over and get to your comments. Emmett says, cannot agree more. My granddad passed away on my birthday, and my dad has been strong. A stroke at his funeral. Oh, man. Dude, I'm sorry to hear that. That's messed up. Emmett, you know what, dude? I'm going to keep you in my prayers. Returning to lifting was the best thing ever for my mental health. I agree. Get yourself under a barbell. Get under the barbell. I mean, talk to somebody else if you need to. Talk to a professional. Get under the barbell. Bob says, well, Coach, that's a really good take. Bob, and that's been my take for years. People forget that. That was a big part of my early channel. Why do you think that topic comes up and people hit me on it? I've told you guys a long time ago that's why it was. People forget that. You already know the names, Bob. Oh, dude, he said that French guy's a straight up pederast. All right, Kevin T, is that why you get so much hate? That is absolutely why. Speaking of Cali Muscle, Chris has got it the truth. Did Cali Muscle not get, let's just talk about someone who needs to be investigated. Did Cali Muscle not get up in a live stream and say my name and go, I heard his uncle messed with his booty hole when he was a kid. Ha, 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 ha. And he started laughing. That's everything you need to know about Cali Muscle, Chuck Basher. He outed himself because he thinks that's funny. 100% chance he's a pederast. 100% chance. Zero doubt. Because he can make a joke about it. Maybe they need to investigate him. Because anybody who can make a joke like that about it and genuinely laugh in front of a camera and think it's funny, because that was a direct word for word quote from that piece of shit. And he knows it. He can't even say slander. He said it on the camera. Anybody listening who heard that, what does that tell you about Chucky? All right. What does that tell you about him? Because nobody, no healthy, normal man could make a joke about that and legitimately laugh with a camera rolling. Damn. Let's see him respond to that. All right. Jim, I don't care about your ED problems in the gym. All right. Emmett says, thank you. You're welcome. Chris says, Jason's right. You can turn trauma, pain, depression into motivation. Absolutely true. Absolute fact. Absolute fact. Bob, I'm not going to answer that question. I'm not going to say that person's name anymore. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave that person's name alone. I'm going to let the law enforcement deal with him from here on out. Okay. Washing my hands of it. That is now a police matter. All right. And anyone thinks I'm kidding, I'm not. Greener said, I started lifting when I was a teenager when I lost a parent. Best thing I ever did. Yeah, dude, that's rough, man. Greener, I feel you do. When my mother passed, that was probably the single hardest day of my life. The day my mother died, the night, actually. Apparently my ex at the time, she passed away this last year. She said that afterwards, when we got back to my dad's place from the hospital, she said, I just started screaming. I don't remember it. And just fell in the front yard face down screaming. And I couldn't remember it. She said she couldn't move me for like 15 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, that's what happened when my mom died. I don't even remember that. So, it's tough, dude. It's tough. Bob, it's beyond Messer. Yeah, he totally did it right there on his channel, dude. Right there in the middle of a live stream. People linked it to me. It is what it is. I mean, he outed himself, though. I mean, let's be realistic. He brags about what a piece of crap he is. I mean, does he not get up in front of the camera for years and literally brag about being a terrible person? Brag about it. On camera. Talking about how he used to sling whole powdered giant bags of coke, how he's robbed people. He used to brag about it. So he admits he's a piece of crap. He takes pride in it. He takes great pride in the fact. So it shouldn't be any surprise. All right, get over to some other questions while we're on these hot topics. I'm on fire tonight. Bullworth says, not saying it's ideal, but if someone dirty bulk wouldn't cutting very slowly help them keep their strength, it wouldn't be so much. Yeah, but realistically, boy, then what I would say is you would still be better just slow bulking all the way through. Be so much better off. I'm speaking from experience when I say that. All right, that's coming from a place of experience as a coach and as a lifter who's worked with people, worked with myself. Others, I'll give you a quick teddy bounce, but you're a weird mofo. All right. Oh, but the thing is, Bullworth, you're still better slow bulking. Super super slow, and just don't gain fat. Now, I will agree they probably should cut slow afterwards. I cut pretty slow down to where I'm at, and I mean, look how it's turned out, and I'm still slow cutting. Not in a hurry. I'm actually doing a little bit of recomp and then slow cutting back again, back and forth. Chris, I don't even know that reference. Jason's like Reggie Miller, Dave 7 against the Knicks today. I guess that's a good thing, man. I'll take it as a compliment. Marco says, do heavy low reps have use for reverse hypers? Or are they better? I mean, going under 10 to 12, I can't see any benefit, dude. Come on. Kevin T, would you ever allow two Team Blaha clients to date each other? Do clients flirt? I don't get involved in that. Exactly. See this Jason guy right here? See all that? He's one of them. He's one of them. All right. That's Tinky Winky right there. Omi, I'm not going to discuss any of that. I'm going to leave that alone for specific reasons. I thought it's common knowledge, though, that Michelle is a model. That is what she does for a living. Butters, why do you ask these weird questions? Kevin, Justin is married with a kid. Oh. Yeah, he asked weird questions. He's a good guy. Limitless, everything's good. Did you not see the thing? Hey, Kevin, I think you'll just troll him. I'm gonna leave that question alone. It's all good. Wow. You guys are clueless sometimes. Are you guys really that clueless? I guess they really are. I guess you guys are really and truly that clueless. That's okay. Oh my God. Okay, that's cool. I'm not gonna say anything. Posing coaches are not cheap. No. I'm not going into what that posing coach costs, but yes, I know specific numbers. I literally know what the posing coach costs to the penny. All right. This is after all Team Blaha. Team Blaha needs that pro card. Redman says, okay, let's go to your question. Redman, where's your question? Let me scroll up. Redman, what supplemental lift should I use to increase my overhead press? I don't know that there's a lot of supplemental lift. For the overhead press, to be honest. Maybe weak point training, but you just need to get bigger shoulders, bigger triceps. I mean, I could make a case for incline bench. We could make a case for tricep work, right? Exquisite. You're asking, do I like her? I love her tattoos. All right. Romanov, did you see? I'm not going to discuss Trump. Justin has a corporate job. Greener, thoughts on using angry or negative thoughts pre-lift to get yourself hyped? Potentially, I would be very, very careful of that. That can be good early on in your training, but as you get really strong, I recommend that you learn to train calm and focused. Like, notice that I don't really get hyped up or angry. I'm very calm and in my mindset when I lift. All right. Marco says, should we aim for 10,000 steps per day for health benefits? Maybe. I don't count my steps. No, Butters. Coaching is not. Butters, I only charge $300 a month, dude. Sorry, you don't have to be rich to have $300 a month. Limitless, because I don't want any tattoos. Although this is a point of contention in my life. The fact that I am a tattoo virgin. All right. Phil says, Lane put out a video looking at a study on ice baths versus warm baths after training. It found that ice bath blocked protein synthesis. Phil, I haven't discussed that ad nauseum for years and years and years and years. All right. Did I not discuss that before we even had the studies and say we didn't need the studies to tell us that? The basic biology? You only need to read a biology textbook to know that ice baths would fuck your muscle growth. You didn't need a study to tell you that. Now we have studies telling us that. Jason 10 years ago was like Winston Churchill in 1941. Kelly was the hit. Now Blaha is like Churchill in 1940. No, we're not on good terms. Lane and I are, to my knowledge, are not. I don't want to fight with him. I don't want to have a beef, but I don't know that we're on good terms. All right. Bill says you definitely have. What? Yeah, talking about the ice baths, definitely. Did you get non-negotiable on my knuckles? No. Why do people take ice baths? Because they legitimately buy into the high pours to look cool on the internet. All right, let's get to some real questions. Hey, my doc said I got more rear delt shin insertions. Overstimulating. I can't do presses and pull-ups. I have no idea what you just wrote. All right. Marco says, we know that ice baths interfere with games, but they have benefits for boosting the immune system. Are they useless for that? The data has never been conclusive showing any of those benefits. All right. I don't discuss my personal life in here. I'm not going to answer those sort of questions. All right. Well, versus I turned 30 on Thursday. On Tuesday, I feel old. Why would you feel old at 30, dude? I'm 47. All right. Chuck Basher is in critical condition. I'm not aware of that. Anyone got a link? Someone send me the link if that's the case. I'll be curious to see what's going on with that. I mean, I don't want the guy to necessarily die or anything. I mean, I like him, but it doesn't mean I wish him bad. Matt says, Coach, what do you think is a better finisher on back day after chins and bent rows, seated rows, or dumbbell pullovers? I feel pullovers in my back more FYI. back day. Depends on what you're trying to finish. I personally, honestly, if you're trying to finish your lats, I might lean in the direction of the seated rows. But do you feel pullovers more? Right? Jim says, John, just make tricep extension until you see veins go pop. I mean, that's not terrible advice. Do you keep any junk food in the house, or is it too tempting? I don't keep junk food around now. Bob says, Coach, do you have an arm size goal in mind? Yeah, I'd like to get them to 17. I'd like to get them up to 17 while being a little leaner. I think that would be pretty reasonable, right? As a long-term and obtainable goal. Coach, thoughts on the movie Footloose? I haven't seen Footloose in over 20 years. Probably longer. I don't even remember it. I've seen it. Callie, Diddy, and R. Kelly would be a wild selfie. Oh, my God. Is grip still able to get stronger when using straps for deadlift? Yes, as long as you're doing a lot of grip work. Omi says, holiday season is bulking season. Those holiday treats are going to trip a lot of cuts. Happens every year, dude. People have to learn to have a system in place to deal with that. They need to figure out how they're going to handle the holiday season. I make videos on that. Jim says, what's your opinion on ass training? My glutes are weak and I'm pretty fat. Well, why don't you diet down? And why don't you train your glutes? Butters, no, I don't accept random packages from fans. Dude, if I get packages from random fans, I'm going to be very suspicious of it. Clients, yeah, I have clients mail me Christmas gifts and stuff. Happens all the time. But I know that it's coming. They let me know, hey, Coach, I mailed you. It'll have their name and everything on it. Why would I care about what basic bodybuilding is doing? I didn't know he had a pro drinking message. If he has a pro drinking message, I don't like him. That pretty much settles that. Bull War says the whole bulking. Exactly. It's not really a bulking and cutting season, is it? We should be getting leaner and everything year round. We should be making progress in these areas year round. Butters, I'm not doing that. Marco, is there any point doing dumbbell bench press for long arm lifters? Why does your arm length have anything to do with it? If you feel that you need a dumbbell bench, and do a dumbbell bench. Do you see me do dumbbell incline with my long arms? Right? Jerome says, hey, Jason, love you. Just want to say thanks for your training advice. It has taken my physique to the next level, even though you said. And what do you mean, Jerome? I didn't say that. Biology textbooks say that. The hell is wrong with you? I mean, what a weird statement. Like, did you not take basic biology? Are you that ignorant? There's nothing to do with that. Is not a statement about me personally. That's a statement about the biology textbook you read your freshman year in school. In fact, probably when you were in middle school. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you people? Did you guys not take sex ed? I think some of these guys didn't take a sex ed class. They didn't make them take it. Maybe they live in a country where they don't do that. Is that like a thing where, people don't actually take these classes? Yeah, okay, I can see it, but in America they do, right? They explained to us basic reproduction. They explained to us that we would go through puberty. Right? Did you guys not take these classes? I mean, we had to take these classes when I was like in the 6th grade. They made us take these classes. Did this go away in the later generations? Am I out of the loop? Jesus Christ. Matt says, Jason, based on the people in the chat, that's too many gifts sent to your house from a fan. Yeah, I mean, dude, I wouldn't even open it. I just toss it. Yeah, when I get random packages like that from possible stalkers, they go in the dumpster, dude. I won't even sign for them if it's a signing thing. Thoughts on Conor McGregor saying that incline curls is superior to preacher curls because of the lengthened bias? For the biceps specifically, they might be. Preacher may be possibly superior for brachialis. There's a lot of nuance there. Coach, I have shoulder pain. Doing flat barbell bench decline seems less painful. You think I will lose chest gains? Is it true that I don't discuss PEDs in here. Cialis is considered to be a PED, yes, in the gym. Yeah, Bob, that's what they're trying to imply. Krista, that's 100%. They don't know what sex is. That's why they ask you how to get women. That probably is. Like these people in the chat are not aware that our species goes through a process called puberty. They seem legitimately unaware of basic human biology. It's kind of scary. Right? Jesus. Omi, I'm not going to discuss my childhood regarding unfortunate things I had to learn about that topic. Hence the start of the video. Exquisite, did you hear about John Skywalker's condition? No. Obviously, I have plans for the holidays. Would you say your cardio is good enough to jog 3 kilometers without stopping? Maybe. Bob says it sounds like a bunch of incels. That's exactly what it is, dude. All day. Chris says, that's crazy. You have a group of people that follow you and stalk you. That's actually insane that you handle it the way you do. I mean, dude, you just deal with it. Limitless. No, I don't have any sympathy for that. I mean, I'm sorry, dude. That is self-inflicted. I'm not saying social anxiety is not self-inflicted, but if you made it life choices to never develop any social skills through your personal life choices, I mean, how am I supposed to feel bad for that? You chose that. But you chose that, right? You made a conscious choice to not go outside when you were growing up and meet people or meet girls and, right? You made a conscious choice. All right. Do you think eating meat every other day? Yeah, potentially. Dale, what delusional world did anybody ever think I was subscribed to MGTOW? Every time the topic's ever come up, I've made fun of it for how many years? Like, right? Every time anyone has ever brought up the topic of MGTOW, I've made fun of it. Have I not? Consistently, every single time. So if a person has every time MGTOW gets brought up, laughs and says that's a bunch of loser shit, and they said it every time for like 10 years straight, why would you think they ascribe to it? I'm just saying. Bullworth says pull-ups and pin leg rows paired should maximize back development. Are you talking about every last tiny drop, or are you just talking about really good back development? I mean, you need to be specific, because you wrote the word maximize, like you're talking about winning bodybuilding shows maximize? Or are you just talking about probably having the biggest back in the room? There's a difference. That's not maximized. Coach, what's your opinion on white rice being high on the glycemic index? Is that is a measurable, quantifiable number? There is no opinion. Well, Paul, I just don't put my trips on camera. Pretty straightforward. Oh, is that what it is, John? Okay. Who we have? Let's get some Butters. You got to just stop with your weird stuff, mate. No, Dale, I'm definitely not NATO. I think it's actually a really weird movement, personally. Gainesville. Jim says your veins are popping. No, it's nothing to do with farmer's walk. It's just my general training. My cardio, my lifestyle. Chris says, I mean, you don't have to be rich, shredded, or good looking. Hell, you could have a small package and get girls. I see busted dudes get girls all the time. Hygiene, confidence, no fear. That's it. I mean, Chris kind of got a point. Be confident. Take a shower with soap and water. Are you able to channel anger from your past into lifting in the gym? I used to. Now it's just sheer focus. Right? At this point, it's just focus. It's just focus and discipline. Gainesville, some of them, but they're getting buried. Did you have a specific Gainesville? So if you have a cardio question, maybe just re-ask it. Squid says, just take a cold shower, bro. For what? What are we talking about? I lose the context for some of these questions. Butters, MGTOW stands for men going their own way. It's men who choose to be celibate monks. Because they think Western women are not ladies or something anymore, and they just can't deal with it. And some shit like that. Yeah, something like that. They're like kind of like incels, but they choose to avoid women and maybe chase other men or some shit. I don't know. I don't really get it. It's ridiculous. The name alone should be like enough of a problem. Men going their own way. It's like the no man from Married with Children. Oh my God. Gainesville, do you think every healthy male should be able to run at least 300 without too much effort? It depends on your body weight. How too much effort or be able to do it? There's a difference. I think pretty reasonable. Exquisite says most MGTOW are incels in denial. I mean, pretty much. Pretty much. Okay. Hey, Limitless, no, I'm not interested in traveling to other countries to get laid. I don't know what part of that. Limitless, for a guy who's admitted they don't get any girls and never been laid, you sure have a lot of suggestions to other guys on how to get girls. I'm just saying. I don't know, dude. Why don't you go visit Thailand? I mean, but I'm just saying, that would be like a guy coming in here and saying, I struggle to deadlift 135, but I have advice for you on how to get your deadlift up past 500 when you've already seen me do over 600. I'm just saying, dude. Oh. Matt says, I love all the I have zero friends videos now. Really? That's a thing? Sal Paul says, pay it forward. Marcelo says, those who can't do teach, or it's those who do teach also sometimes. So many guys see them get big lifting weights, but can't even jog a 5K. They aren't in shape. Well, they don't have anything to do with it. Meaning, you can get big and be in shape. Like getting big has nothing to do with being out of shape. Yeah, Chris, that's a good point. He said, not all girls are going to be super pretty, sometimes you got to be with a 3 to approach a 6 or 7. I mean, he's got a point. You can think about it as progressive overload. Dale says, the Miko, so why would you think that I'm done with relationships at all? Like, that's just you guys crack me the fuck up. If you're training for a bodybuilding comp, would you increase your volume slightly? I'd probably increase it slightly. Hey, Gainesville, but you see me do cardio every day. I don't know why you keep bringing that up to me. Gainesville, do I promote cardio? Yes. Do you see me at least vlogging part of my cardio pretty much every day? Yes. Yeah. So, but I agree with you. We should be in shape, right? We should be in shape. Omi says, do you think the mission of starting my own family is antiquated? No, I don't think it's antiquated at all. Do you prescribe cardio? Sometimes. Okay. I'm just going to get rid of Dale because I've already kind of made it clear that he's way off on track and he keeps going with it. So I'm just going to get rid of it. All right. Yeah, no, Gainesville, I actually am pro cardio. I hold a very pro cardio position. All right. There you guys. Why do we keep going back? Hey, Southpaw, do we not remember the written rule I gave you guys? I mean, I wrote it out. That if you guys keep asking me how to get girls, I will ban you. I've already given you guys the entire Bible. Go talk to girls. That's it. That is it. That's the entire book of Genesis to Revelation. That's it. That is literally everything you need to know. Okay, Southpaw. So you know the rule, right? You're aware of the rule I gave. And I even said I was going to give no warnings before the ban. And yet you kept going after the warning. It's too late, dude. You have to make a new account now. All right. Okay. John Baptiste, you know the rule that you get banned with no warning, and yet you did it. I'll give you 10 seconds to delete your comment then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. You made it in time. That's your only warning ever. All right. I don't know how you guys are that dumb. I mean, the motherfucker tells you makes a status, I'm gonna ban you for doing something. Then you do it, and then he has to give you, but he's not gonna warn you. You see him ban someone for doing it after giving them a warning, and then you do the same thing. God damn, guys. This is why y'all can't get girls. You don't have basic communication skills. You don't know how to talk to a motherfucker. Y'all don't know how to communicate. I understand now. You don't know how to communicate with other human beings. You have no capacity to do so. That's why you guys have these problems. There's your solution. I don't know, maybe go take a class on interpersonal communications. How to talk to other human beings. Chris, I am the law. Oh gosh. Jason is like, oh my God. Oh. Yeah, they're too busy asking me about how to talk to girls when they could just go talk to girls. They could be balls deep in some pussy right now. But instead, they're asking me, how do I talk to a girl? Oh, gosh. Yeah, Paul, I can tell you're a troll too, though, man. It's all good. Gains because I don't want to run. Like I've kind of made it clear. It's just, it's easier on my knees. It's less impact for me to just wear the weight vest. I happen to enjoy it, right? I enjoy the weight vest more than running. I used to run, right? I used to run. I prefer my weight vest. And it's pretty straightforward. I mean, at the end of the day, cardio is cardio. Am I getting in shape with it? Does it improve my conditioning as an addition to my lifting? I mean, it varies, dude. Some days it's only 15 minutes. Some days it's like 45 minutes. As long as I get something done every day with it, right? John's right. I mean, it is a matter of just it's being easier on my joints. It's really what it comes down to. You're talking about on my Les Paul, dude. That's a traditional pro. So those are the more modern pickups. That's a traditional Pro 5. Yeah, I did like 45 minutes today, roughly. Fasted. That was before I ate breakfast. Yeah, running is not ideal. Definitely not ideal. At my body weight, I'm over 200 pounds, guys. I'm over 200 pounds. I'm about to be 48. Running is just probably, it's not optimal for my joints. I'm not saying it would be the worst thing in the world. I can get more work out of the weight vest. Where are we at? We're at 49 minutes in. What do I do for the jaw muscle? I chat with you guys in the live streams, work my jaws that way. So it is, it's time to wind it down. Hope it's been informative. I love all of you guys and gals. Let me give you guys a forum shot before we go. I'll talk to you next time.